Welcome everyone to the What's Left podcast. My name's John here with Jake and Brad. We are the punk rock garage band podcast, adding our voice of resistance as loudly as we can here on the Derealization Nation Media Network. Um, Guys, we're going to start off talking about Gaza today. We're going to talk about Donald Trump's fucking 5-day golf extravaganza in Scotland. Some shocking things that he has just openly admitted about his relation to Jeffrey Epstein and the girls whom he or they may or may not have raped. Just some really shocking, out loud stuff that just unprompted he's been saying lately. But we'll go over all of that stuff. But first, before we do, please like and subscribe. Check us out on TikTok, Instagram, and Threads. You can like and subscribe here on YouTube, also on Substack. All of our stuff is free. There is a option for a paid subscription, but that's an option. If you'd like to help us out and continue our work here, we did just lose a soundboard, our RIP. So, we could use the extra cash. But anyway, guys, I want to start. I want to start with the serious stuff. I want to start with Gaza. Since the so-called changes have come about, only about 78 trucks have been let in, and over 100 people have been murdered. Getting aid still in Gaza. But there is one story that really just it chills me. This one is just probably one of the saddest things ever. So just prep yourselves. Um, Maybe you've seen it, maybe you have not. Um, but here's the story told by someone who was there.
And he put down the little food he has. You notice he doesn't have a box. He doesn't have a box of food. He has half of a bag of rice that he found on the ground, a broken bag, half a bag of lentils that he found on the ground, and he was thanking us. Thank you. This little boy from where he came from walked 12 kilometers to get there, just to get there. 12 kilometers. Look at this boy. And when he got there, he thanked us for the remnants and the small crumbs that he got. And he sets them down on the ground because I was kneeling at this point, and he sets his food down and he places his hands on my face, on the side of my face, on my cheeks, these frail, skeleton, emaciated hands, dirty. And he puts them on my face and he kissed me. He kissed me and he said, "Thank you," in English. "Thank you." And he collected his items and he walked back to the group. And then he was shot at with pepper spray and tear gas and stun grenades and bullets shot at his feet and in the air. And he runs away scared. And the IDF were shooting at the crowd. So they're shooting to control the population that's along the Marab corridor. And as they're doing that, they're shooting into this crowd. And Palestinian civilians, human beings, are dropping to the ground, getting shot. And Amir was one of them. Amir walked 12 kilometers to get food, got nothing. I served in the Army for 25 years. I've been shot 3 times in combat. I'm pretty tough. This gets me every time because, to what you're saying, the dehumanization. And what I want to say to the American people and to the people of Israel, I've been there. I have touched them. I have talked to them. The civilians in Gaza that are getting the food, they are starving. They are not animals. They are human beings. And they're being treated like animals. We treat these civilians in Gaza.
But Benjamin Netanyahu says there is no starvation in Gaza. That story, it made me cry the first time and made me tear up a little bit this time. It's so, I mean, I just don't know how you can witness something so human and vulnerable and then turn your weapon on a crowd of people, um, you know, came the same distance.
Maybe I lack what it takes to be a soldier. I'm not sure, but I just couldn't. Like nothing in me could compel me to shoot at children.
No, nothing at all. I mean, when the kid comes up and says thank you, like takes the time, he's starving to death. He puts his food down to say thank you, and then turns around to leave. I mean, they're not just people, like many of them are very good people. I'm going to show one more strong clip. I'm sorry, but it's bad. It's bad out there. And this one is just, you see these videos all the time.
Mama, ama nag-uumi kami na. Ama nag-uumi kami yun. Mama, mana itagyan. Itagyan. أنا فقلت ماما وبابا وغير صغير بالشهر الأول لسه والله لسه ما لحقنا نفرح والله الله يرحمك الله يرحمك كنا قعدت عند بابا شوية بعدين ايش بعدين رحت قعدت في الصالون دوب طلعت على الأرض لما بسمع صوت اشي بنفجر وايدي صارت تسيل دم وصرت اضرب واحكي لهم الحقوني بصوبي ان شاء الله بنشوفكم بالجنة ان شاء الله بنشوفكم بالجنة الحمد لله حبيبي والله انك حبيبي يا مصطفى ما نقدر انا مصطفى حسبي الله ونعم الوكيل ماما ما انا بكتبكم يا امانة حسبي الله فيهم الله يرحمكم الحمد لله
Some absolute asshole had the audacity to comment on one of our Palestine videos that something about how they had danced in the streets for 9/11, and that child did not dance in the streets for 9/11. That child was not born on 9/11. Dancing in the streets of 9/11 does not justify the murder or starvation of children. And it doesn't justify the fact that over and over again we see these videos of that little girl mourning her entire family, begging them to wake up. I can't. And we're not getting, this government is not going to change anything.
I just couldn't imagine my daughter being in that position.
Right. Think about how tense that situation is, where they were in the same living room, and the only reason she's alive and they are all dead is because she got up and left the living room. It's insane. It's insane. They just keep bombing it. There's a video of just a round of tents, just tents where people are living, and it's hit with this bomb that could take out a mountainside. Just this huge blast for no reason. And I just don't know how anybody could stomach this. One thing that did happen today, though, was 40 senators, all Democrats, did put out issue a joint statement denouncing Israel. And tomorrow, Senator Sanders is putting on the floor a bill to pull back not only the 500 million but 675 million worth of weapons from Israel. And if we can get, if even those 40 senators plus the 2 independents vote for that, that's a huge change. It's a huge shift in policy, and would be a very big thing. What sucks though is that Trump actually has leverage over Netanyahu because he did the one thing that no president before him has ever done. And that's bomb Iran for him. And he could easily push aid into this country, and he has not and will not do so. He said so. He said something about him and Benny just running the world, fixing all the problems. So like kind of what we said last time, man, like we are run around by the nose by Israel. They just dictate all of our policy. I don't know. Any thoughts on that so far?
A representative from Europe, somewhere in Europe. It might have been the EU collective, honestly. said that I can't remember the timeline, but if Israel does not commit to a ceasefire by X amount of days, that the UN will recognize Palestine as a state.
Keir Starmer, UK.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a weird way to put it, because I feel like you could just recognize Palestine as a state. I don't know why.
Right now.
Yeah, you would not. France has, Canada will. So at this UN conference, as usual, we will probably stand alone with Israel and vote this resolution down. The thing is that like if the U.S. does not vote yes in these UN resolutions, they mean nothing.
Right.
So until the U.S. goes along, it's crazy.
Yep.
Jake, I know
I feel like it's all theatrics, honestly. Like all of it. The UN, like
the UN stuff.
Yeah, the UN, like, and it matters to of this because they know Trump's not going to side against Netanyahu. The same way, like the Democrats in Congress, 40 of them, it doesn't matter. We just saw in the House it was 466. They don't give a shit. Like, oh, look at us pandering to the crowd when really they don't give a fuck at all. When it comes down to a vote, they're not going to vote against Israel.
It's an interesting point, and I think it goes like this for me. Just like you would assume that we would hold Israel to a higher standard, like the fact that October 7th happened, you would expect Israel to respond in a humanitarian, measured, civilized way, as far as you could say any of those things about war, right? You would expect them to be the bigger country. And the UN exists, it only works if the United States is the bigger country. And for 40 years, in matters of Israel, we have not been, right? We've been small and petty, vindictive, and just stubbornly pro-Israel. So I think that's why, like, the UN only works if the actors, especially the United States, act in the moral ground that the idea that the UN was founded on. Like if they don't hold up to any higher, if they don't hold themselves to any higher standard than some terrorist organization, then the whole thing is kind of fucking performative.
Well, I think the UN and its like original like purpose is good. But I think them saying this right now is them strictly pandering because they know the USA is not going to recognize Palestine as a state. Like when the UN heads get together, they know that they're not going to be like, just kidding, Israel, we don't have your back anymore.
I see what you're saying. It's safe. It's safe because they know.
Exactly.
Because they know.
Yeah, we act like we care, but we don't. It's like, you think Cory Booker's about to turn his back on Israel? Fuck no.
Fuck no, unfortunately. I don't know.
I like when you do this because then we can gripe at everybody and they don't think we're picking sides because what's happening in Gaza is wrong. I don't care if you're red, white, blue, orange. It doesn't matter. What's happening in Gaza is wrong. And if you support what Israel's doing, then you are wrong.
Amen. 100%. This is not complex. I was going to ask you, Jake, I know this stuff always makes you, I know it's hard for you to talk about this stuff. I know it's hard every time we bring this stuff up. Like I can see you, taking it in. You take it deep to heart, and I know it's hard to talk about. But do you want to add any thoughts on the response of? Is it encouraging at all to hear that some movement is being made whether it's in the press or or does it still feel like?
It's sad to hear that it's in a movement stage at this point still. Like it took this far for it to be a movement piece.
Yeah.
That's what's shocking.
Right. Yeah. No, I think I get that. And I feel the same way like about MAGA voters too. Like it's been frustrating along the way to see how long and how much has to happen before people are like, oh no, this is bad.
Right.
Like it was bad. It was bad. This done been bad. Like to see that like it has to get to this point is out of fucking control.
Right.
I want to show this because, like, you know, this is how not only do we not get, like, they're also killing journalists and suppressing all manners of free speech in Israel too. So this is no liberal democracy that we are defending. This is an authoritarian dictatorship by a long shot. This is something here. I'll show you.
So the Jordanians have passed on a message from the Israelis. The Israelis don't want us to film out of the window at the devastation inside Gaza. But I've spent 10 minutes looking at it with my own eyes. And I can tell you that communities in the north of Gaza that I knew well, very vibrant, tens of thousands of people living hard lives, but actually with a remarkable human spirit, are flat. There's nothing left of them. Now, if you've been watching satellite pictures, it won't come as any surprise. But seeing it is really something. Israel will not allow reporters like myself to enter Gaza to report the story. And they don't want us to see it, to film it anyway, from above either.
Isn't that fucking crazy? Isn't that fucking psychotic? Like, their propaganda has to be so tight. Like, how wrong do you know that you have to be that you have to hold this that close to the chest? So for me, like, that's an admission of guilt. You know that you have committed war crimes, and I feel like that documented evidence is going to be important when they are brought to trial at The Hague. I mean, because it just has to happen. It just has to happen.
Not with Big Brother behind him, daring somebody to jump in. We invited him to our fucking White House, bro.
Oh, all the time. The guy fucking is allowed in and out now. Mary Madelson just, she pays for him to, like, sleep in the Lincoln bedroom anytime he
Yeah, he's got a garage door opener for the fucking White House.
Right. He knows which rock the key's under.
Right.
Yeah. They're just best buds. They were in lockstep, and he keeps saying it over and over again. Just wild, because, like, Trump has the ability, like, if he really wanted to be like him and his bestie, Vladdy P, they could go and they could, he likes Iran. They could go the complete opposite side. They could say fuck Israel if they wanted to, but they do not, because it's important to his evangelical Christian white nationalist part of his base. Because it's important to Miriam Adelson, who gave almost as much as Elon Musk to his campaign. And honestly, I really think he does think of himself as a real estate developer who's about to make the biggest deal of his entire life when he turns Gaza into some kind of fucking trashy gold casino yuck.
And the repercussions turn on Israel could be great, because they're the only country in the Middle East that actually has nuclear weapons.
Right. Even like squishy libs like the Pod Save America guys are, like, taking seriously hard. Well, they've always taken stances against the violence since it started, but harder stances against it, saying that, like, Democrats have to divest from AIPAC. The next presidential went as far as to say the table stakes at the convention or at the next presidential primary are going to be support for Israel. Like, if you don't, because the numbers came in, guys, on Zoran's election, and in New York City, overwhelmingly, the Democratic Party does not believe in continuing support for Israel. So most of the Democrats who still believe in increasing funding for Israel are in Congress, like, just by the numbers. Like, that's how few people wanted an increase. Like 4% wanted to increase spending to Israel. It was not an issue that went into voters' minds at all in New York State. I don't know what that means for the rest of the country per se, but in that small sample size of a very large group of Democratic voters, very high density Democratic voters, it was not an issue in the way that they thought it would be.
New York kind of leads the way in a lot of places of how the country would lean, in terms of, like, they, like, are the head of finance. They, like, are groundbreaking in fashion. You know what I mean? Like those kind of things. Like they kind of begin trends or kind of show you how the country is trending
Yep.
based on what is happening in New York.
Yep. They are the cultural epicenter of the world. Or they were.
I think they've just done such a bad job, like of their mission of not allowing us to learn empathy, because like we've just learned empathy now. So it's like asinine to think that we're over here bombing and killing kids. Like we're over here like why is this even a question? Why are you fucking killing kids? Like in this older generations they're not on that. They think that they're doing it in whatever the name of whatever. I don't give a shit. And we're just like killing kids? No, simple.
A lot of the same people that are out there protesting Vietnam for the same reasons. Like, yeah, that's what boggles my fucking mind.
Yeah, I just don't get it, dude.
I don't either. I don't either. It's fucking out of control, all of this. And the Islamophobia that exists inside of this country. Let's talk a little bit about the shooting that happened in New York City, in Midtown, right?
Yeah.
4 people died. Man walks in, just walking down the street casually with his fucking AR-15, right? Walks up to the 33rd floor of an office building, shoots 4 people, security guard, police officer. The CEO, guys, this is serious. Oh, smiles. The CEO of Blackstone, the and one other person that supposedly had CTE, and he had a vendetta against the NFL, who also has offices in that building. But the initial reports that came out was the police had arrested a Middle Eastern man, and a picture of a Palestinian protester being arrested circulated online as being the shooter, and people fucking ran with it. Not just right-wing commentators, also left-wing influencers. The shit made people were so eager to break fucking news on it that they just didn't bother to vet any of that. And the Islamophobia and xenophobia get another big victory in the midst of another tragedy. So yeah, I just it's not the guns though, right?
Ended up being a man born and raised
Yeah.
right here in this country.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I mean, Jake's generation was big on the gun control laws because of all the school shootings that happened in that generation. Like this Gen Z is huge on this stuff. And New York City is
The number one cause of childhood deaths in America. Number one,
guns.
guns.
It's guns. And
Dude. It's just this is like when we talk about like this is like common sense, like common sense gun laws.
Mhm.
This just seems so simple. I fucking love guns. I love them. I love them. They're fun. I enjoy shooting at targets. I enjoy guns. However, if somebody wanted me to take a mental health evaluation for me to purchase those guns, I'd be cool with that because I understand the magnitude of owning weapons if you're not mentally stable.
Yeah.
It just seems so simple.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't want crazy people of any race, color, religion. I don't give a shit. I don't want crazy people having guns.
Well, here's a man held involuntarily for 72 hours after mental health crisis at least twice, once in 2022 and again last year. He had been charged with criminal trespassing, traffic citations. But because he had a concealed carry permit in Nevada, all they had to do to purchase the AR was walk in and he could skip any of the other
Right.
express lane. So it may have taken him all of 5 to 10 minutes, depending on how good he is with the self-checkout lane at the gun store, to purchase that weapon.
I know 2 places in my location where I can buy a gun that is 10 miles away.
Oh, gee.
If not less.
That's crazy. And what kind of guns?
They're like the army supply store, like one's like this weird janky ass place in Columbiana.
Mm-hmm. There's one
all displayed up front. Guns and ammo.
Yeah, the one on this one on Market Street.
Right on Market Street.
Yep, they sell
Right
ARs.
across from the tattoo parlor. Yep.
Yep, they sell
I have
ARs.
I have two within 5 miles of me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's
And that's not including like Walmart. You know what I mean? Like I don't count. I mean, I have actual like gun store. I have 3 within
Oh,
5
there's
miles.
Fin Feather Fur. Don't they sell them?
yeah, yeah, but they sell those are exclusively like hunting rifles. They're not going to sell you an AR. I don't think.
Those can't kill people though.
No, but it's much slower.
Yeah,
Like-
those kill people.
Like if it, that's the thing. Like if you could just like take the most basic thing, like fucking assault weapons, right? Like when the mafia was mowing people down with Tommy guns back in the day, they fucking banned them. It was a no goddamn brainer. They said no machine guns. These in spirit are no different than machine guns.
And do not
Bro,
tell me you need that to defend your fucking self.
Or to hunt.
No. The thing is that they say they need to have them for the government.
Yeah,
Like a
right. Just in
tyrannical
case.
government.
Just in
Yeah.
case a tyrant was to show up. An authoritarian
Right.
tyrant. We wouldn't want that now, would we?
Yes, and not to mention if the United States military started attacking its civilians, I don't care how many rounds you got in that gun, buddy. You're not making it out.
No.
They're gonna drone you from 10 miles away. You're never gonna see them.
I don't care how many stupid bullets you press in your basement, you fucking
Yeah.
psycho.
Yeah, they're not gonna. It's not gonna fucking matter, bud. They're
It's
gonna
not gonna
blow you off the
matter.
map.
Yeah. Going to light you up. Light you the fuck up. They're not afraid of wasting money when it comes to fucking military stuff.
The thought of going hand-to-hand combat with the strength of the United States military to take our country back is a fucking farce, buddy. It's a farce. That's not happening.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Especially while y'all are out here bootlicking the tyrant. What the fuck?
Absolutely. Yeah. How embarrassing for you. How
That's my
embarrassing.
favorite thing to say to them. Y'all are embarrassing for our country.
Yeah. That's sad. That's real sad. Imagine preparing your entire life for a moment and then doing nothing about it. Like
Yeah.
imagine just like standing there with like the long pole in your hand at the Olympics, and then just placing it down and walking away.
Right. I think I'll go home now.
Well, yep. I don't know, looks pretty high. Oh shit. Yeah. So there's that. So Donald Trump has been in Scotland to open a golf course.
Bastard.
Fucking yeah, they like the C word better.
I know. They say it way more than I ever will. That's crazy. They
Yeah.
drop a candy over there. It's crazy.
I know everything with them.
It's their use for literally. It's it's like they're just calling him like buddy.
Yeah, hey guy.
Yeah.
Oh man, what's going on with my Zoom here? God damn, technical difficulties. Oh, Trump in Scotland, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
He'll be choosing his own fate.
Are we recording? We're recording.
Yeah, we're recording. Here's all right. So here's the media underselling Donald Trump's corruption.
Hang on, don't start this video yet. This is how you know this man is mentally unwell. He's got his motherfucking golf glove on right now. Cutting the ribbon. Bro, take the glove off. What are you doing? What are you doing? Take the glove off.
Dude. Yeah, no, he's definitely sick. The man is just
What is
deteriorating
happening?
in front of our eyes. But
That's psychopath behavior. Wearing a glove to cut the ribbon?
Let's go. 1, 2, 3.
Oh.
And with that, another Trump golf course is opened here in Scotland. That was one of the key reasons that President Trump was traveling here over the last 4 days, mixing the family business with the office of the presidency. In fact, that was one of the themes throughout the president's time here, the blurring of the lines between the golf course and official business. But significant business also was achieved here.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
An EU trade deal, a new deadline for Russia, an ultimatum for the Israeli prime minister, as well as new revelations in the Jeffrey Epstein scandal.
I never had the privilege of going to his island. In one of my very good moments, I turned it down. I didn't want to go to his island.
All of that is awaiting the president when he returns to Washington.
I have so many thoughts about this.
One of my very good moments.
Okay. Let's ignore the fact there is no trade deal with the EU, right? There's simply just tariffs. Okay. The ultimatum with Russia is 2 weeks, so shut the fuck up. And what was the other thing that he talked about? Oh, ultimatum for Benjamin Netanyahu. He told him to do whatever the fuck he wanted to. So I don't know what kind of ultimatum that is, but the fucking news is just complicit trash. Complicit trash. But let's talk about in one of his better moments. The man never had the privilege, fellas, of being invited to the island, because it's a privilege to go to Pedophile Island.
Well, he's lying because he said that, but then he's like, I did have an opportunity. So you can't even keep your lies straight.
Yeah, dude.
You didn't, but you did.
It's so bad. He keeps fucking telling on himself.
He didn't want to look bad that he wasn't invited, so he was like, oh, wait, no, I was.
Like, I could have gone if I wanted to, but I just didn't want to. So he says in one of his better moments, he didn't go. So clearly, here's a man who knew, at a minimum, that Jeffrey Epstein was up to some shady shit and said nothing for years. And it continues to say nothing. Like, so he just admitted to everybody that, like, back then, before he kicked him out for being a creep, right? That's the MAGA line.
Yes.
Way back then, he knew something was up with that island because his conscience wouldn't let him go there, right? His moral compass, his moral compass wouldn't let him go.
Even if he is on the off chance that he is not a child rapist,
yeah,
he is 100% a child rapist sympathizer.
Mm-hmm.
At the very minimum, he is protecting those people.
Actively protecting them. Shut down the Office of Human Trafficking. Like, the man does not care about that. Like, he only cares about it in the direction of, like, he thinks there should be more of it. He's a sick puppy for all this. And then to say things like, oh, I have a list. Motherfucker, you're supposed to tell the police.
It's an obstruction of justice?
I'd say so. It would be. I'll tell you what it would be. If you were, say, a 14-year-old child living in a small part of, say, Baltimore, and you are working the street corner, running drugs, right? And there's a murder, and you witness it, and you don't say anything, the police will definitely tell you that it is obstruction of justice, right? There will be no question as to whether or not that child is in violation of the law.
Right.
None. Even as a child. But here we have a grown adult billionaire witnessing his bestie raping young girls and says nothing for years at a bare fucking minimum. At a bare fucking minimum.
I don't. Yeah, it's insane to me that anybody can still support this man for real. On this issue alone, and if this issue alone isn't big enough for you, then you're not somebody I want to associate with in my life.
Yeah. No, it's crazy. I think maybe just like thinking back to my days as like a drunk and an addict, and maybe people enjoy the challenge of creating a reality in which the Trump thing works. You follow what I'm saying? Like,
Yep.
it's so difficult to square that circle that maybe people are addicted to the idea of like trying to find ways to bend reality to fit his narrative. Like, maybe maybe people just really enjoy trying to do that because I can't really think of any other reason like this would be okay. It's just not. All right. So it was an embarrassment in several other ways. Here's here's him with Prime Minister Keir Starmer.
Will you visit London during the state visit?
I will. I'm not a fan of your mayor.
Why not?
I think he's done a terrible job, the mayor of London. But the nasty person, I think he's done. I think
he's a friend of mine, actually.
No, I think he's done a terrible job. But I would certainly visit London. Yeah.
Ew, what?
How cringy is that? Like, I am mortified for our country, right? Like, somebody said to me, I'm gonna Google American Boys to see what American Boys are like, and I was like, oh God, no. If they're trying to figure out who I am, please don't associate me with whatever that is. Like, whatever people think about America right now, like, I do not want to be associated with it because, like, that's on a world stage. Like, that's what people see. That's wild.
Yeah, it's so embarrassing, bro.
Yeah, it's awful. It's awful. But I wish that was like the only problem. You know, it's clearly not. Our president is a pedophile. He's the pedo in chief. So here is this one. Let's do this one. So the saga rolls on. Trump, he said didn't have the privilege. Yada, blase skip. Clearly he knew about it. So a couple hours go by. He's give the mic again. Let him cook.
For years, I wouldn't talk to Jeffrey Epstein. I wouldn't talk because he did something that was inappropriate. He hired help. And I said, don't ever do that.
You didn't see that coming. Man, he finally admitted he did something inappropriate.
Epstein. I wouldn't talk because he did something that was inappropriate.
Right. But not the thing that you're thinking of.
He hired help. And I said, don't ever do that again. He stole people that work for me. I said, don't ever do that again. He did it again. And I threw him out of the place, persona non grata. I threw him out, and that was it. I'm glad I did, if you want to know the truth. And by the way, I never went to the island. And
Bill Clinton went a bunch of times. And then he goes on to talk about the privilege. So
then there definitely is a list. So does he know, based on the list, that Clinton went a bunch of times?
He either knows because he knows, or he knows because he was briefed, but he wasn't briefed, but he definitely was briefed.
Yeah.
Does he know? He also said he no longer wanted to talk about it, but continues to talk about it?
Nonstop.
Is this the same list that the Democrats made with Bill Clinton on it 28 times?
Right. Not their smartest. Like, they've done a lot of stupid things, but like putting their own people on the list, even for legitimacy's sake, was not the brightest.
Oh man, there's just so many. It's like "It's Always Sunny" meme of how they try and connect it to him not being affiliated.
Yeah, there's less strings though. So yeah, so he said the thing that he did was he hired the help off his resort, and that was the final straw for him. Not the child rape, the fact that he stole his help. It's even more petty than the real estate thing that people also made up. Like, they both bid on the same house and blase skip and yada yada, and they got mad at each other and never talked again. It wasn't even over a piece of fucking real estate. But it gets a little bit more serious a little bit later actually, I believe a day later, when he makes yet another admission, getting aboard Air Force One, and this time there weren't enough bagpipes around to uh, drown him out.
That
Uh,
shit's so
that shit's great. Good for Scott. I just love Scotland so much now. Word. Put it.
People protested in Canton, by the way, for JD Vance coming.
I did see that. I almost included some pictures. It's pretty funny. Um,
Taking credit for something the Biden infrastructure bill built.
all right. I can't find the exact video that I'm looking for, so I'm just going to summarize. So the man said they stole the help. Later on, they asked him, was that help Virginia Giuffre? And he said, yeah, Virginia was one of the ones who worked in the spa. Now, if you don't know, Virginia is one who worked at Mar-a-Lago, recruited by Epstein, accused, what's her name? Ghislaine Maxwell.
Yeah.
Yeah, of grooming her. Laid out all those details, vowed to fight and continue to fight to get everybody locked up, and then just recently died of suicide. She's also the one in the pictures with Prince Andrew. So he admitted that it wasn't just about the help; it was about a specific person too, and that person, one of those persons, just so happened to be Virginia Giuffre. Guys, if they just keep asking him simple questions,
He's gonna say it out loud.
right?
Cognitively, he's not there.
Right.
Is that what it is? I was thinking maybe it was more like like the arsonist returns to the fire, like serial killers, like how they just get to a point where they're so tired of not being caught that they just like start leaving Easter eggs and shit for people to find.
Yeah. And then they'll claim that it's a cognitive issue and he didn't mean it, and JD Vance will be the next president.
Yeah. His defense will be the same as Biden's in the Her report. Just a well-meaning old man who can't remember shit.
Right.
So yeah. Yeah, I mean, dude is basically out here just fucking saying it out loud. He's in the files. He's in the Epstein report. Like honest to God, like they should arrest him when he lands in America. Like in a normal world, like we would at least demand answers. So I don't know. This is not our normal world, though. So I guess we'll see. We'll get what we can get. Um, but yeah. All right, you guys. Jake, you want to talk about Sydney Sweeney's good genes?
Oh my gosh. What a downfall. Obviously it's exactly what it's intended to mean. I don't think anyone's hiding any subtle meaning there.
No.
It's a shame that she would be on board with something like that. A girl that's been brought up quite quickly by my generation for her support and everything, good ally and everything. They all have their downfalls for money. That was hers.
Think it was just money, or
At this point, yeah. What else would it be?
I don't know, ideological.
I don't think so. I would hope not.
I mean, I hope not too, but I don't know. I'm like people were so surprised by the I don't know, just the like the Jubilee thing. Like they were so surprised like how many people were just, you know, uh openly fascist. And I just I'm not. I'm not so like I don't know if she is or isn't, but like it wouldn't shock me.
I
Wouldn't
guess
shock me.
everybody has potential. I guess.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It is it's fucking, you know, eh, marketing is about being edgy and trying to gain eyeballs and clicks and likes, and fascism gets clicks and likes, man. It just
Yeah.
does. So it was a calculated move. if you're watching on YouTube, I hope you're enjoying 59 seconds of Donald Trump missing every putt that he tries to make. Just a little fan video.
Oh, so that, yeah.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Um, so yeah, I don't know. I think it's definitely rage bait. It's definitely working. But also it's just I don't know. This there's this weird line between like pushing fascists into the closet hasn't worked, right? They were just waiting around for their moment. Also, having them out in public is gross. So I really don't know in this overall discussion of like fascism in the closet versus fucking fascist exposed. I don't even know I don't know where to stand. I don't think anybody does, to be honest with you. I mean, I think some people think they know where to stand on it, but I don't think that like anybody actually knows what the real right answer is. Because honestly, like I said, I just don't think that like suppressing it has actually been all that effective. Clearly, you know,
Mhm.
and algorithms really pump that shit out. So I mean, clearly we need algorithm laws, and we need some help there. You know what else I want to talk about real quick? Fucking white women. Uh, fucking Lauren Boebert and Christy Nome. First,
Yeah,
here's
they're the worst.
some of the worst, some of the absolute fucking worst people. And and Nancy Mace too. I got one of her because we just love Nancy here. All right, let's go through them real quick. Here's Lauren Boebert.
As a congresswoman is not to make sure that you are healthy and safe in every aspect of your life. You know, if so, I'd probably send you a Peloton and a gym membership, and then make sure you're buckling your seatbelt every time you get in a car. Maybe I'll prevent you from even being in the car. But my job is to keep you free.
No,
Right.
no.
Right.
False. Your job is literally to make the laws to keep people safe, like seatbelt safety laws. Your job is, I mean, if you want to send me a Peloton and a gym membership, by all fucking means, it's really not a bad idea. It would be cheaper than paying for fucking congenital heart failure and fucking obesity and constant diabetic medication. If you actually did pay for everybody to just have a gym membership, not only would you help support local gym businesses, you would fucking potentially increase the health and lower the cost of healthcare. So yeah, it's actually really not a terrible idea, Lauren. That is what government is all about. That is what government is all about. Fucking idiot. Especially the lawmaking side of government, which is what you are, a fucking lawmaker. Her son arrested, by the way, for domestic violence. Cycle continues. Fan fucking tastic. All right. Gotta love it. Beetlejuice. All right, who's next? Oh, Nancy Mace. This fucking
One of my favorite things to watch on YouTube these days are the court hearings where illegals are in court and ICE shows up to drag them out of court and deport them. I can think of nothing more American.
I can think of a couple of things.
That's psychotic.
Yeah. Okay, like she's had a break, right? Like she's had a psychotic break.
That's true.
There's something wrong with her. Remember the groceries, the CVS video or whatever? Where she's
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
screaming at that guy, and then the fucking the constant bathroom post. Like she's not well. She's not well. Lauren Boebert should send her some health insurance. Maybe a Peloton will help her. All right. I didn't download this last video, but Kristi Noem put out another video as Maryland is flooding. So as Texas was flooding, she was asking people which fucking cowboy portrait she should hang in the North Dakota, South Dakota governor's office. I don't know which. I don't care which either. And during this one, she's in Argentina riding an Argentinian horse. And creating these weird fucking videos about it. So not doing her job. and by all accounts, riding the horse very poorly as well. So, yeah, I just want to shout out white women. You know, way to fucking go, ladies. Way to fucking go. You know, just white people in general, I guess. Like, do fucking better. Do fucking better. Americans, white people, y'all make me look bad. Fucking knock it off. Sick and tired of it. Sick fucking tired of it. For real. Have no reason. There's zero excuse to not be better than this. This is especially true of all of those fucking white privileged podcast bros who's actually get to do this as a job and still aren't prepared enough to fucking interview a goddamn
War criminal.
yeah, or even any of them. Like even just like to have anybody on their show, like Theo Vaughn getting railroaded by fucking JD Vance. Like, come on, fucking pathetic. All right, I think that's good enough for today. You guys want to add anything else? All right,
Good.
do better, people. So check us out on Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. Like and subscribe here on YouTube and Substack. You can buy a t-shirt at derealizationnation.com or donate $5 on Substack. All those things help us to buy fresh equipment and the things that we need. Because we don't get paid for this. We don't have advertisers, and we clearly are not going to be sponsored by the Democratic National Convention anytime fucking soon. So, help us out if you can. But if not, thanks for listening. Please keep sharing. We love having you here. And until next time, I'm John.
I'm Jake.
And I'm Brad.
And that's what's left.
Barack Obama, childhood trauma, baby llama. It don't matter. Release the files.
Oh, yeah. Not bad, considering.